Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, all right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for coming out. So today I'm going to be doing some new songs. I wrote them pretty recently, but I didn't really feel like there was much of a production feel that I really want to do with it. I really want to do a live and unplugged feel for all these songs because the lyrics mean a lot to me, and I really want to make sure the message gets across to all of you. And tonight really is going to be as bare basics as I usually love performing and how I write the songs. There's going to be a little bit of guitar, a little bit of effects, but nothing majorly substantial. It's going to be very raw. I have a lot of passion. I have a lot of heart, so I'm really excited you're all here. So the first song I'm actually going to be singing tonight and playing for y'all is I wrote it about the first love that I had in my life back when I was in roughly around middle school or so, around like 12 or 13 years old. And I'm happy for them. Never really went our way. There was always moments where I liked them and then I didn't like them back, or they didn't like me back and then they liked me and I didn't like them back. So always kind of that back and forth. It's never the right time. And now they're, living their best life. And, I'm happy to see them, succeeding and also finding the right person. But you kind of miss it sometimes. So this is called Summers in Jaxson.
I got another call, unknown number, says how you've been, reminds me of summers in Jaxson, space in between, comfortable silence, not the same as before, doesn't mean it's so bad. each other.
About a year and a half ago, I was going through a little bit of a rough time. I was running a marathon, and for the first time I had this anxiety attack during running, and I usually never got anxiety attacks when I was running. And I was dealing with a lot of stress going on in my life, but I was really avoiding it at all costs, and I was just thinking, get out of your head, Freddie, it's probably nothing. And eventually I'm running the marathon, and I realize at mile 13, I'm like, I need to take a break. This is not good. If running has been the one thing that's helped me with being upset and depressed and everything, I need to get help if it's not doing anything anymore. And I was hesitant because I knew at that point I needed to finally seek medication and see what was going to happen. But I hear all these horror stories about what it does to the creative process and the writing. And I've seen some people that say they turn into zombies. So I was super just concerned. And when I started taking the medication, I was just challenging myself to see if I could even write songs, because I wasn't even able to really wake up every day feeling awake or even alert. I just felt super in a haze. And then sure enough, this was the first song that I wrote starting medication. And eventually, now you see that I've had a couple more other songs that have come out, and it hasn't really affected the creative process, but it really got me to that place of being so concerned of the stigma and also being afraid of what it would do to myself. So I wrote this song kind of just as that fear. So this is RX.
This hardwood floor, keeping me alive. Kaleidoscope vision runs my eyes up and down. Don't say to relax, it's easier said than done. 10 milligrams down, much more to go. Will this name on this bottle be the man I've come to know? Is this how it's gonna be? Or is it just my writer's block? No telling how. Swallow my pride and swallow the pill. Move through motions, questioning the real. And up and down, overcast, but still I'm deeply shallow. My heart's refilled. 10 milligrams down, much more to go. Will this name on this bottle be the man I've come to know? Is this how it's gonna be? Or is it just the writer's block? No telling how. Will it be forever when we know it's doesn't exist. We strive for perfection, but it never comes our way. But we try and we pray and believe in fate. 10 milligrams down, much more to go. And will this man on this bottle be the man I've come to know? And is this how it's gonna be? Or is it just the writer's block? No telling how. No, is it how it's gonna be? Or is it just the writer's block? No telling how.
You know, it's funny. I, as you know, people know that I'm a huge coffee fanatic addict. But you know, we do live in a world now where we feel that everyone has some type of intention. We don't really we don't assume the good intent. We're always assuming that when someone's coming to us, they're going to ask for a favor or they're going to ask something of us. And I'm guilty of it just as much as some of you in the room are right now, nodding your head. And I really wanted to write that song about something I do constantly, which is observe people in, you know, whether it's a restaurant or a coffee place, or just walking around in public and seeing people just sitting down, enjoying whatever views they have. And really getting a chance to know a person's story, because what we're seeing, there's more than meets the eye. And it's funny because we say that so many times in our lifetimes, and we don't really uphold ourselves to that standard or really commit to that. And when I wrote this song, it really made me kind of be more aware of, just because this is how a person is perceived or how they're being seen in my eyes, there might be more to it. And, you know, this was actually about when I met someone and I thought everything was going well in their life, and to find out the amount of intense pain they had going on in their lives. So this is called Maybe We Can Get Some Coffee Instead.
We can't read through your glass. I'm a stranger to you. You haven't made a motion to go away. I'll stay until this is through. I don't need to take your hand. Maybe we can get some coffee instead. We don't need a lifelong plan. Maybe we can get some coffee instead. There's marks on your skin. Speak of loving heart, but speaks of a voice that's so sad. And you don't push the brakes. Not enough. You need to push the brakes hard and collapse. And I don't need to take your hand. Maybe we should get some coffee instead. We don't need a lifelong plan. We should get some coffee instead. Oh, maybe we should get some coffee instead.
Again, I really appreciate everyone coming out tonight. These are not the songs that you're normally hearing from me, and I'm happy to really just get back to my roots of what I'm really about, which is just doing this pure and honest stuff. And just this is how I've been doing shows for years, ever since I started as a solo artist. Like, it was just me and the keyboard. I didn't really have much of a band or people that were willing to play with me. And obviously, like, I just wanted to make sure that I was putting my best foot forward and really showcasing who I was as an artist. And I'm really happy to see everyone here tonight that really respects that and appreciates that. That really means a lot. For this last song, I have to be quite honest. Wasn't originally on my radar to even release. It's a very personal song, and interestingly enough, I was not the main writer for this song. I was in the middle of writing. I just finished Maybe We Can Get Some Coffee Instead, and my friend ended up seeing the clip online about it. I put a little bit of a rough preview, and she wanted to know if I can maybe interpret her her poems. And I said, sure. And one of the poems she first sent me was about what this song is going to be about, which is about a sexual assault. And I personally have experienced that in my lifetime a couple of times. Even being a male, it's very interesting that it doesn't really get talked about. And I toyed around with it to figure out whether or not I felt it was at the time to put it out, and whether or not should I change it enough that it talks about my journey. But I realized that was not going to do anything, because this is not my story to tell. It's hers, but she was the one that was more than willing to have me do it as a song. But I told her, I'm going to make sure your words are the ones being heard and not mine. So don't want to put it as a downer, but I think this is a good message to leave off of. So this is called a Girl, and thanks for commenting. I really appreciate it.
So hard. A previous encounter left me broken and shattered. 'Cause you know what you did the second you did it, and I'm still drowning. You took what you wanted. You left me broken. No ounce of innocence, it's all dead. No one wants a girl with nothing to give. No one wants a girl with nothing to give. Hear my screams over the hunger, and not that it would have mattered, 'cause nothing really fucking matters. The lies feed into corrosion, keeps piercing through my veins. Control, no voice. I'm sitting here hopeless. You took what you wanted. You left me broken. No ounce of innocence, it's all day. No one wants a girl with nothing to give. No one wants a girl with nothing to give. Oh, yeah. You took what you wanted. You left me broken. No ounce of innocence, it's all day. No one wants a girl with nothing to give. And no one wants a girl with nothing to give. And no one wants a girl with nothing to give. And no one wants a girl with nothing to give.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out. Really appreciate it. Thank you.